Yeah. Um, Good morning. I think you people, there is a lot of challenges that you go through as a farmer, but they are not that much. Do you know most of the time, most of the things that really disturbs you are just simple stuff. Do you see these goats? This is a 2 month boar. It's around 93. It's a very good percentage, but you find your goats really developing this kind of rough hair, very dirty. This is a sign of a parasite. It is a sign of a parasite in an animal. That shows to you that there is something that is not doing well. I think you can show them this goat very well. This goat is 2 months old, but they have started that development of the belly. They have started putting up the hair coat, rough hair coat. I think you can see some have not showed up, but some have showed up. This kind of situation actually makes the animals get stunted. Secondly, it makes these goats to die. Remember, you're now smelling money if you start getting like this kind of goats. But if you don't treat them, if you don't manage them well, my dear farmers, what issues that the issues that we always have are these kind of issues, and these issues are all about management, because this is a minor simple disease. But you know, it has even put most of you off the track, because whenever you see your goats making 2 months, they get that belly, they start to die one by one. And then when you find that what is causing them to die is just a minor disease, because once I couldn't call it a complex disease, that any person can really handle it. So what I do, or what I'm trying to advise you, is that these kids, you see, we don't allow them to go with mother. So they stay home. They don't get an opportunity of browsing. So these are grazers at this moment, because they stay home and they eat grass that is on ground. So their exposure to worms is very, very high. So what do? Make sure that every after 2 months or every after 1.5 months, redeworm these animals till when they make 3 months or 2.5, then you let them go with the mothers. So this is what I'm doing. I'm going to use liver fast diamond. It's really a very good dewormer, and I'm going to give this goat around 5 meals. Most of you people, the errors you do, the mistakes you do, you give an underdose. Recently, a guy told me he dewormed his goats, old goats, with he deworms his old goats with 2 or 3 meals. That is equivalent to doing nothing if you're doing that kind of arrangement. So actually, this is a drenching gun. I've already set 5 meals, and what we do, I put it in the mouth, and that is already done. So let it go out. We shall even support it with some antibiotics, some vitamins, and we make sure that this goat does very well. So I'm also giving it some 5 meals of multivitamin that can really help it. So that is already done. Pull it out. So the cameraman, you should come. I already told you that we only raise the platform for only the kids. Reason being, the kids are too vulnerable, and we have to keep them here such that the mothers cannot access this area. You get it? So this is a platform. We are putting these beddings. We are trying to make a very good hygiene. Infections don't mostly survive more in dry areas, so they always survive in wet conditions. So we have put this up This is where we keep these goats from day 1 up to 2.5 months to 3. By that time, we think that those goats have really gained a very reasonable size, whereby they can start mingling with the mothers. They can start to struggle with the mothers. I think like this goat, you see? Yeah, but when you look at it, it's almost the ones that you eat in your markets. But these are still very young goats, so we are still keeping them here so that they can at least be stronger and stronger goats. I think you can see this is a savannah. You know, it has not even made those months, so it's around 2 months, and this one very soon it will get out and we shall tag it. And also for the case of tagging, you people stop tagging goats that are very young. Stop tagging those goats that are very young. That is another stress. One time, I think, if I remember, I will post for you the picture of the kid that was tagged on, I think, 1 week. And the tag was even too big for the kid. The animal used to move when the head is down because the tag is very big, it's very heavy, and the kid is young. That stress can make that animal to get stunted. So when you see in my background, these are the mothers. So what I already tell you that is that the mothers can have the worms, but because they have resistance or tolerance, they can stay with the worms more than the kids. Do you get that? So the kids are looking bad, like the one we have dewormed. It looks very bad. And they were dewormed at the same time. We dewormed the mothers. But because the mothers don't graze, they are browsing, so their exposure to worm is very low. And these are exposed to worms too much. And then their body immunity to fight those kind of worms, other diseases is very, very low. So that's why kids should be given more attention. They should be dewormed every after 2 months or 1.5 months to make sure that your kids are coming up healthy. So more so, let me show you, I think, those are the feeders. Those feeders, you remember, are showing you how to make hay. And that is how I modified those feeders. We are putting the bale or the grass, dry grass up, and down we can put even the silage. So that an animal, if it wants to eat silage, it can eat the silage. If it wants to eat hay, it can as well eat the hay in a form of browsing, because an animal stands on that and then eats from up. I'm telling you, to benefit from these animals, this is what you have to master. You are supposed to know their psychology. What do they want? Then after knowing what they want, provide the feeds. Then after providing the feeds, they will feel comfortable and get better. You cannot get big if you're not comfortable, if your heart is not stable, if you're not getting enough feeds. So actually, I think that is a simple lesson. Let me continue with my draining, my drenching. So I'm going to drench the whole of these kids, you see, such that I can have a perfect. You know, I've not even started looking bad. They are really looking good. I think this girl can show you. But we cannot wait. You get? We cannot wait for them to start developing that kind of belly. So we have to handle them as early as possible. Thank you very much. Take note of that. Kids, after 1.5 months or 2 months, drench them or give them the dewormer and support them. Give them some vitamins so that they can attain more and more weight. Because what we want are the animals looking healthy. When you look at this, I think these guys, for them, they are looking healthy, they are looking good, but I'm sure they also have worms, so I have to redeworm. Remember our seasons, when we are entering the rainy season, we deworm. When we are getting out of the rainy season, we as well deworm. Because when we are entering the worms, we expect a lot of worms in the rainy season, and then when you're getting out of it, because it was a season of rain, so we expect more other worms. So we have to kill the cycle when we are entering the rain and when we are getting out of rain. So this is the right time to deworm because the rain is now dropping. So when the rain drops, then we have to provide the dewormers. Thank you. I think let me wish you the best and let's push it on.